Pourquoi celui-là?
Quand vos clients achètent des fruits exotiques, par exemple, qu'est-ce qu'ils regardent en fait?
C'est surtout l'origine. Ils mangent surtout de ça bien. Par exemple, les mangues, tout ça, si ça vient par bateau ou par avion.
Oui, non, les gens sont de plus en plus intéressés par la manière dont c'est cultivé, la traçabilité, tout ce qui s'ensuit.
My concern is first whether there's chemicals on it that might cause cancer or other health problems.
Price is a big factor for me.
Well, it's the taste which is the most important.
El color de la fruta, que no tenga manchas.
Je suis sensible à l'argument bio.
I definitely look for fruit or vegetables that are fair trade.
Je tâche à manger les légumes de saison.
I prefer not to buy food that comes from far away.
It would be nicer to have a Belgian pineapple, but I think I wouldn't get that.
So I prefer to take beans deep frozen to be sure that it's from here, from Belgium, not to take the airplane. Yes, I try to pay attention about this, yes. At the end, you have to ask yourself, what is more important, our Earth?
Concerns among European consumers cast ripples to the smallest producers in developing countries. And there are other challenges. Constantly changing regulations and the increasingly stringent demands of the major retailers make access to European markets difficult, costly, and uncertain. To deal with these problems, a European program of cooperation has been in place since 2001. During Phase 1, this program helped thousands of African, Caribbean, and Pacific producers and exporters to overcome the demands of the European market, particularly with respect to food safety. This program is called PIP and is financed by the European Development Fund. Phase 2 of PIP supports efforts by exporters, producers, particularly small ones, to deal with consumer concerns and the requirements of the European market in new areas such as the environment, sustainable production, ethical and fair trade. The program is aimed at producers, exporters and service providers in the horticultural sector. How can they benefit from it? That's the purpose of this film, a sort of PIP user manual. We are using pineapple production in West Africa as an example, but the process is identical for all companies in ACP countries and for most fruit and vegetables.
Ça y est, on est finalement sur le site du PIP là. Okay.
To benefit from the program, the company concerned sends an application to PIP by post or through the internet. The process is driven by the producer or exporter. The program's success depends on the beneficiary taking ownership.
Pour la formation de nos différents producteurs et agents.
The PIP website is in French and English. The PIP office in Brussels receives the application for support. It's no coincidence that the office is right next to the European institutions. PIP is financed by the European Development Fund. The European Commission and the General Secretariat of the ACP states have entrusted the implementation of the program to COLI ACP, an association that brings together both European and ACP players in the horticultural industry. The PIP team reads through the application for support and processes it as quickly as possible. If there is not enough information, the program sends a consultant to the field. This is normally a local consultant trained by PIP. In this case, Stanislas Diwe, a consultant in Abidjan.
Mon rôle au niveau du PIP,
est d'examiner les demandes d'intervention dans les entreprises et essaie de voir avec les producteurs, avec les responsables des entreprises, leurs besoins ainsi que les objectifs.
Stanislas meets the manager of a cooperative in the field.
Bonjour, monsieur
Bonjour Stanislas, comment ça va?
Bonjour, papa.
Okay.
Ouais, bonjour.
Bonne arrivée.
Merci beaucoup.
On vous attendait, hein?
Il n'y a pas de problème.
Voilà.
Merci
donc
beaucoup.
Abraham,
oui.
Joseph,
oui.
Qui sont deux planteurs de notre coopérative.
À part Abraham, il y a combien d'autres petits producteurs que vous avez?
Ben, nous avons à peu près 147 petits planteurs actifs. Hein?
Actifs. Alors, quels sont les besoins de ces petits producteurs aujourd'hui?
Depuis que nous faisons des ananas, on peut dire qu'on connaît le travail d'ananas. Mais comme les choses changent, il faut un encadré pour suivi.
Nous utilisons rationnellement les intrants. Donc on a besoin d'intrants pour pouvoir bien travailler.
D'accord, mais le PIP ne finance pas les intrants. Ce que le PIP fait, c'est l'encadrement technique, on vous appuie, ainsi de suite. Vous êtes au courant, M. Traoré, que les coûts sont partagés au niveau de l'appui que le PIP vous accorde?
Bon, nous savons effectivement qu'une fois qu'on est admis dans le programme, mais nous savons que les coûts sont partagés. Il y a une partie qui est prise en compte par le PIP et la coopérative elle-même, elle s'organise pour prendre l'autre partie à sa charge.
L'approche du PIP, c'est une approche participative, c'est-à-dire vous participez, le PIP aussi vous aide afin que les fruits et légumes, l'ananas que vous produisez, qui est exporté vers l'Europe, soient de qualité. Voilà.
Once the consultant's report reaches Brussels, it forms the basis for developing an action plan. Nursel heads the good company practice component, central to PIP's activities.
Pour l'instant, je travaille sur un budget d'une entreprise dans le cadre de son plan d'action. Dans ce cas-ci précis, l'entreprise souhaite un appui pour la mise à niveau de son système de qualité sanitaire. Ça va passer par un diagnostic, un appui à la mise à niveau et les formations nécessaires pour le personnel, puis une validation. En général, entre le diagnostic et la validation, on a 18 mois, parfois un peu plus, selon la réactivité de l'entreprise. Nous, on travaille avec des entreprises qui sont prêtes à s'investir dans ce plan d'action et qui sont prêtes à apporter du temps, de l'énergie et de l'argent de manière à ce que le projet aboutisse dans les meilleurs délais.
As soon as a beneficiary countersigns the project agreement, PIP gives the company the full benefit of its experience. For example, PIP has produced technical itineraries for a wide variety of fruit and vegetables. These are updated from time to keep up to date with any changes in the regulations. PIP also does research, focusing on methods of production that leave a minimum of residues. For pineapples alone, there are 3 separate technical itineraries, prepared for different varieties and production methods, traditional and organic. PIP is also known for its training methods, such as the field training workshops adapted to the target audience.
So this is sporadic.
Richard Mayer is an agronomist and heads a consultancy firm in Abidjan. He specializes in in-company training and has conducted numerous assignments for PIP.
Ça, c'est grâce au PIP que nous avons pu mettre ça en place. Ça concerne la traçabilité.
Richard Mayer is talking to Head of Production Gaston Sawadogo. The consultant checks that the traceability system set up last year is still working efficiently. He also takes the opportunity to follow up on activities in the action plan that are still outstanding.
Et à côté de ça, nous avons également travaillé sur l'hygiène, sur l'usage sécurisé des pesticides.
Et par rapport aux actions à venir, qu'est-ce que vous avez l'intention de faire cette fois-ci?
Bon, nous avons déjà dernièrement une nouvelle formation qui a porté sur le commerce éthique et l'agriculture biologique.
Accra, capital of Ghana.
It's going to be a short one.
Emmanuel Owusu also carries out technical assignments for PIP. Today, he's traveling 2 hours from the capital to visit a company exporting fair trade pineapples.
Good morning, you are welcome.
Emmanuel Owusu meets Tracy Abdullahi, manager of the pack house.
I can see that.
Emmanuel is a regular here. For the entire season, he's been financed by PIP to work with the company and help put in place a food safety management system. And Tracy doesn't want to stop there.
Yes, the first training has really helped us. It has developed us in a lot of things. We need further training on HACCP.
On HACCP?
Yes, traceability,
okay. For which people?
For HACCP for our pack house, traceability and record keeping for our outgrowers.
PIP is not just for big producers. In fact, the priority of the program is supporting small-scale producers. They are the most vulnerable in the face of the new demands of the European market.
Power! 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 Okay.
In Dodowa, an association called Power has its monthly meeting. 20 small growers have got together to supply an exporter with fruit. In return, the exporter asks for help from PIP to give these growers training and tailored technical support. Philomena Jablate is the association's president.
PIP taught us many things there, what to do and what not to do, and how to get good market, and to meet the demand of the market.
Bonnois region, Côte d'Ivoire. We meet Joseph on his plot. The grower is visited by Olga Kouassi, who carries out certification audits. European supermarkets now require certification with private standards, which are often stricter than the official regulations. Olga inspects all aspects relating to the control of production, starting with the pineapple fields. For example, she checks the identification of the plots and whether there's a first aid kit nearby. The auditor then goes to the cooperative's pack house, which is closed today. She wishes to look at the crop records where Joseph registers all stages of production, including the phytosanitary products and fertilizers used.
Et donc là, le 22 mars, vous avez fait des traitements de NAMPA?
NAMPA, c'est l'herbicide.
D'accord. Et donc à une dose de 0,5, 0,5.
Between the application for support and certification, PIP beneficiaries will put in place systems that bring about in-depth and sustainable improvements to their production methods. Different categories of public and private stakeholders in the sector can access PIP support. This includes local consultants, without whom action plans could not be implemented. PIP works to strengthen capacities across all service providers, including consultants, auditors, trainers.
Grâce aux formations reçues dans le cadre de ce programme, j'interviens non seulement donc, sur ce programme, mais aussi dans la sous-région auprès de d'autres entreprises. Par exemple, j'ai réalisé des missions sur la base des acquis du PIP au Togo, au Bénin et à Madagascar.
I want more training in new areas which are emerging. Of particular mention is the carbon footprinting. And I believe the next phase of PIP will lead us and also train us in those areas.
Donc j'ai réalisé déjà depuis quelques années des certifications sur place pour des entreprises. Et donc j'aimerais toujours continuer ces volets de certification, mais avec de nouvelles thématiques.
In its second phase, and in response to market demands, PIP will extend the scope of its activities to include new themes. This includes local and regional markets, fair trade, ethical trade, respect for the environment, and organic production. The program assists producers whose projects help to improve livelihoods and protect the environment. For example, James Cole in Ghana. this businessman received PIP support to convert his conventional production over to organic.
Now this plot is one of our organic plots, MD2 pineapple that I have here. At the moment we are harvesting and it is meant for the local market.
In Côte d'Ivoire, producers who are exporting are also interested in local markets.
Les ananas que je vends, ça vient de Beaunois. C'est de très bonne qualité. Ce qu'on vend avec ce qu'on importe en Europe, tout c'est de la même qualité.
Producers apply the good practice they have acquired through PIP training to all their fruit and vegetables. The ambition of the program is to use export horticulture as a vehicle to improve food safety in local markets. Clearly, PIP objectives are not just to ensure that produce is compliant. They also aim to ensure that ACP producers develop their capacity to deal with the requirements of a constantly changing market in a sustainable manner. Exporting horticultural products to Europe creates many jobs in ACP countries. It promotes sustainable development and it contributes towards the Millennium Development Goals.